Welcome back, guys. This is going to be episode 4 of VidORGs Season 2 Mario Party. I'm one of your hosts, Wade, and I apologize. This is still, like, it might go back and forth blurry. My camera's not great. Anyway, we're going to be here talking about episodes 5 and 6 of our season, actually. So we're a little bit behind in the videos, which you saw in the last video that I did. We're in the same clothes. This is 2 minutes later. But we figured we'd break it up. Otherwise, it'd just be incredibly long. Now you can watch it at your own pace. Anyway, starting off right after Jack's vote. 16 players. Most of the people had been expecting this at some point earlier, and so they were like, when is it happening? The tribe swap. So we actually came up with something that we thought was a little interesting, a little bit different, thought it would be fun. We decided to do a tribe swap in the middle of the night. So how did we do that? We had a private channel. We did the tribe swap manually ourselves, did all the choosing of who is going to be on what with a random chooser. And then we started doing all the permissions, creating the new channels, everything, so that when players woke up in the middle of in the morning, they were on completely new tribes with new people, and that way not give them any sort of time to game plan or to tell their teammates potentially anything that was going on. Just thought it'd be fun, something fun, so we decided to do that. And I think nobody really said anything bad about it. Some thought it was interesting. Oreo liked it because he's in Australia and he got to be online when it was happening. So that was cool, I guess. But we'll take a look and break down what those look like. So let's take a second and look. So you guys can see my sweet Discord, all the pretty things. These are our Season 2 archives. But just looking at our tribe swap. So, new Mario tribe became Oreo, Kevin, Podobo, Alec, Fast, Nintendog, Porkbelly Ellie, and Mr. Pink. That broke down to 4 OG Marios, 2 OG Bowsers, 2 OG Luigis. So, every single Mario that was left in the game got on the same tribe, which is Mario again. Completely random. If you see, this is us doing our choosing. So, we're legit. But yeah, all the Marios got together. So potentially you're looking at the Bowsers and the Luigis having to team up just to stay equal with each other. Then on the Luigi 2.0, we had Durden, Yugi-san, Brendan, Peanut, Xander, Dig, Locke, and Bennett. Now that's 3 Luigis, 3 of which, the 3, Brendan, Dig, and Xander, have been in an alliance. They've been working together very closely. And then you have 5 Bowsers. Locke has been kind of under the radar, not really making a lot of moves. Bennett's in a fantastic spot, or had been. But then you have Durden, who is the one that wants to get out Bennett badly. Then Yugi-san has been largely inactive. Not completely. He has been active in the safaris, in the challenges and stuff, but players are finding it hard to talk to them. And then you have Peanut, who, like Locke, has kind of been in the middle, building relationships and stuff. So we had some interesting tribe dynamics there. Then we can kind of talk about the challenge. So we actually had this challenge called Hot Pursuit, which is a form of a check-in challenge. Now, if you go up, essentially every 20-minute window, every player on the tribe was allowed to check in and move their tribe one step forward. So if you look, like right when we start, Mr. Pink moves to space 2 for Mario. So Mario started on space 1. Team Luigi started on space 26. So they're 25 steps apart. Essentially, the winner of this challenge is the team that can catch the other first. So whoever can close a 25-point gap the fastest in 24 hours. And if 24 hours happens and nobody's caught each other, then whoever's closest to catching wins. Now, right off the bat, Mario is jumping out to a huge lead. They're very active, especially in this area. It was kind of a big deal that so Locke and Yugi-san, neither of them were showing up for a while. Actually, Xander didn't show up for a little while too. It took Xander the first few hours, or I think it took him an hour or so to get into it. Then he was gone for a little bit. Still no Locke, still no Yugi-san. Mario had gained a ton of ground. If you look here, Mario is at space 7, and Bennett's at space 16. So they were 9 spaces away at one point. 8 if you count when they were still on 15. So Mario almost has the challenge completed, and then they started to fall off. You can see Podobo and Alec. There's every now and then you're getting Oreo, Pork Belly, Kevin, but not as many as Green. And you'll start to see that more and more. So in the middle of the night, Green, Luigi team really stayed up, started closing the gap. And we got here, and we're back to about 20 spaces apart. So Green is like they're still behind, but they've started to close the gap, closing the gap more and more. And now they're taking the lead, actually, in the middle of the night. And it was really funny. They started naming themselves SEAL Team Luigi. It really brought the Luigi 2.0 tribe together. Really, it felt like it was dismantling the Bowser versus Luigi alliances, especially because at no point did Yugi-san ever check in here. She was completely inactive for this whole tribe, or he was. Locke, obviously, you can see Locke did start coming in. And ultimately, they kept Luigi just kept it going. You can see how infrequent the Marios are here and how much they started pulling away. Powered through the night, SEAL Team Luigi hunted down Mario, and they took him out. They beat him here at 12:20 a.m. That's Pacific time for me, so most of Luigi stayed up until 3 a.m. and just they took it down, and they bonded over this. Like I said, they called themselves SEAL Team Luigi. They created like a GIF and like a meme, and all this stuff. It became a thing. So SEAL Team Luigi came out on top here, sending Mario back to Tribal for the 3rd time in a row. Now, Mario's back at Tribal for the first time. Post-swap, 3rd time in a row total. 4 original Marios, 2 Bowser, 2 Luigis. And a shocking thing happened. Podobo started talking game. Now, every single person in this game has essentially said that he's non-existent. He's got the personality of a doorknob, I think I've heard. He's a rock, like all sorts of stuff. He doesn't talk. But Podobo threw out a name. He threw out the name of Fast. Fast hasn't been the most active person. She's been in and out. She has played, but she's in a lot of orgs and frankly got a little distracted, I think, and allowed the target to get put on her. Now, Mario, all they wanted to do was keep their numbers, so they did not care who went. They do have an alliance with Kevin, and so they didn't want to take out Kevin. Aside from that, they did not really care. They find Podobo a little hard to talk to, but when Poto suggests Fast, they're like, okay, we're on board, let's do it. And then that forced Kevin and Alec to essentially go with the group as well. I don't know that they really wanted a fight anyway, but decided to take out Fast. So Fast went in a clean sweep 7-1 vote, making her the first person after the swap to go out and finish in 16th place. Now, right after that challenge, we went into a challenge called Greed, and we have a slight twist on Greed. How our Greed works is it's actually 2 phases. Phase 1 is Treason. We make one big channel for both tribes can talk in. If any player takes Treason, they automatically swap to the other tribe. So if you're on Mario and you take Treason, you go to Luigi and you're now on Luigi tribe. However, it causes a joint tribal. So essentially like a merge for one vote where both Mario 2.0 and Luigi 2.0 go to the same tribal. They're all voting. Now the person that takes the Treason is immune. So you can give yourself safety, but you're sending everyone in the game to tribal, which can paint like a picture or a target on your back. And ultimately, we saw no one take Treason, which activates phase 2, which is Greed. Now Greed, you take immunity, and you send your own tribe to tribal. So I actually wasn't sure if people were going to do that. And there was a couple different strategies we saw from Oreo. Oreo really did not want to go to a joint tribal because he thought that they would pick off Mario. So he didn't want that. They had the numbers, so he's like, I would rather us go to tribal alone than go to a joint tribal. So Oreo said, he's like, look, I'm going to wait until the very last minute of greed, and then I'm going to take greed to, if Luigi's not going to, I'm going to, because I don't want to go to a joint tribal. Because in phase 3, if no one takes greed, then what happens is we go to a joint tribal and nobody's immune. So that was his game plan. However, a couple minutes into the greed, Bennett ended up actually taking it. And I don't know why. I mean, he told us why. I think it was actually a really bad move. It pissed off most of the Bowsers. So Peanut definitely doesn't trust Bennett anymore. Durden definitely doesn't trust Bennett. Durden didn't anyway. But now it gave reason for others to be mad at Bennett also. And so now it seems like Bennett might not be in as good of a place. Bennett's goal was like, hey, look, we can take out, it doesn't matter, like, I'm going to be fine. And it shows potentially weakness on our tribe. Makes it seem like I'm on the bottom, so that if it comes to a merge, I can maybe pull in some people from Mario 2.0. That was his reasoning and his logic. Ultimately, I think it has damaged his relationships on his tribe. So Bennett got immunity and sent Luigi 2.0 to tribal. Ultimately, Yugi-san ended up going in a unanimous vote. They tried a little bit, but just being so inactive, not being a part of SEAL Team Luigi, essentially, I think is what killed it. And then with Bennett being safe. So that was really the only option. The Bowsers could have stuck together, but the 5 Bowsers actually felt like, hey, if we all stick together when it comes to a merge, we're going to be sitting ducks, because the Marios and the Luigis will see us as such a huge threat, and they'll just like team up together against us. So they actually wanted to weaken themselves, decided to take out Yugi-san, and that was the end of of turn 6 in Survivor. We did actually in Safari have a lot of challenges happen. A couple players won half idols, including Yugi-san. So unfortunately, that did not quite save her, or him. I keep saying she because like they picked the character Peach, and so I keep thinking it's like girl. Anyway, Yugi-san had a half idol, but Roy actually won the full idol. So Roy won an immunity idol in Safari. Hasn't had a chance to use it or needed to, but that Roy is Alec. So Alec is on Mario 2.0. He's probably not in the best spot. He's the only Luigi left over there. It does seem like the Marios and Bowsers are teaming up together, so it was a good time for him to do it. But that's it for episode 6, or episode 4, about turns 5 and 6 within the game. Hopefully I can get these out to you sooner, so they're not quite so long-winded. They're not as crazy, and I can just be a little bit better about bringing you guys this content. Again, if you do like this stuff, please throw me a like. It means a lot. It just tells me that you guys are at least watching. If there's things you want me to change, tell me. If you don't want me to talk about the challenges so much, if you want me to talk more about something, please let me know. Leave a comment. I definitely read them all. There's only like 2 of them. No, I really appreciate anybody that does watch. So otherwise, have a good one, and we'll party on at the next episode.